Antes de comenzar el video, me gustaría recomendarles la página de APOYA.com, donde podrán encontrar gemas al mejor precio. Pero no solamente eso, sino con mi cupón podrán obtener un 3% de descuento. Así que el link se los dejo en la descripción para poder comprar de forma fácil y segura.
We haven't seen a whole lot of them. I know that the Papis love running Hell, and that's something that Creed loves to play over there in the solo lane. That's why Hell gets banned away here by Snake Pit pretty early. Papis clearly play around these sustained comps very well, and I kind of like them calling Snake Pit, and it was a Brawlers for Worst Turtle. So I think that Snake Pit's doing what they can so far. I will recommend a Cursed Ankh eventually, but...
Draco Marino is able to get that ultimate off in time, though, but they're just waiting on him with the ultimate. I don't really see much chance that he's able to make it out of there. First blood for Snake Pit as they catch Draco just a little bit too far forward, and they kind of had the rotational advantage there. He didn't have nearly as much backup. Tarum going to see if he can come in and try and find the blue buff on the back of it. Worst Turtle is here to try and see if they can keep this train rolling a little bit, wanting to lock down Creed. They find the dazzling offensive. The hammer's there for the damage too, but Creed, so popular nowadays, is that even when she is a bit caught out or caught off guard, she has so many extra tools to get her back out of there. Plus, obviously, when Rage is good, Jingwei is good. Gonna do this Ninja Tabi Bloodforge build. But Checkyo in trouble! They block, though. The ultimate coming through doesn't matter, as Worst Turtle still cleans that kill up either way. Now Draco Marino takes some damage, but should be safe to make it back out of there.
That was a sick wall by Worst Turtle, and Nuwa uses. Not only do you have to build nearly perfectly against them, but then you have to use those tools effectively.
And it can feel tough sometimes to know where to engage as Worst Turtle takes to the sky, or at least we thought he did. It was Spudio, rather, that shuts down Warchi all the way over on the left-hand side. That's an easy solo kill. I say that, but, I mean, is it really? Do you expect the Jingwei offer to come out ahead over the Uller over in the long lane, and no relics used? It looks like the beads from Spudio must have just caught him off guard.
Yeah, it looks like Warchi may have jumped in, tried to get the axe done. Spudio had a good beads and turned and burned pretty effectively.
I guess Checkyo didn't realize this was happening because he just goes straight up and right back down. That is it for the new wall. Marcus takes a ton of damage too, so even once he comes down, it must be defensive. They're going to look to try and lock down Draco Mariano as well. Does get the leap off, and that's enough to give up on the chase for now. But it has been all Snake Pit throughout this early game here so far, Ryan. I know you were saying earlier you want to see them keep an eye which one of them is swinging a little bit extra hard in this next fight. Snake Pit have gotten some decent poke off here, but again, that poke not nearly as valuable up against this Aphrodite composition. I'm starting to wonder if maybe they need to go ahead and get this started a bit sooner, but as you said, they're still favored as long as Warchi's down about an item. Dazer goes in, cannot find the stun, and it's exactly the collapse they want, but a ton of damage to the backline. Checkyo's got to get out of there, use the fire shards to disengage, but a Worst Turtle goes right to the sky. It's Tarum that cleans up the kill, but they're still waiting with the Anvil of Dawn for exactly this dunk, a wall that manages to find two people, and Draco Mariano comes right back down into pain. It's a 2-for-0 in favor of Snake Pit.
What a fight by Angry. I mean, a three-man strife over the wall. Unruly Magic right there as well. This is where Discordia looks like she's absolutely nuts. If you're hitting strifes like that all game, Angry's also been
sure they're threatening at multiple spots and maybe kind of break up this cluster from the Papis.
Man, look at the player damage. Marcus all the way at the bottom. You're not first picking Camazotz for the worst player damage in the entire game. He's not giving you a whole lot else than player damage. It's not been a good performance from Marcus.
It's not been great. A bit surprised how slowly he played that early game too. Tarum takes quite a bit of damage, but this is their moment. Worst Turtle's in the sky and waiting for a target to try and dunk down on. He's been patient, but finds the two-man stun in the back. Creed is in some trouble, but it's Tarum that falls first. They do get rid of the Fafnir in Draco Mariano, but look at Snake Pit's health bars. They're too low. Checkyo gets a double kill. Spudio has to airstrike defensively. They do manage to punish Marcus on the back of it, but that's a really good defense from the Papis.
You gotta be careful what that right side feed on him to be.
Well, they're both going to go in at the same time, and Worst Turtle's going to go up, but Checkyo gets a really good ultimate to avoid the stun. That's perfect in that fight to leave Worst Turtle on an island. They do end up losing the right side Phoenix, but I think they could step on the gas pedal here, Aggro. The Papis can, and see if maybe they can find a punish on the back of this. Marcus gets some decent damage, and he's going to leap in and try and look for more. Good peel coming out from Dazer to try and stop Angry from ending up falling, and he's able to reposition with the rest of the squad, but the Papis going to keep up the chase.
Marcus getting too low. Spudio tries to turn and burn, but look out for Warchi. He's flanking.
Wow, good shells. Yeah, those shells are able to keep Marcus standing, though, and he'll be able to sustain and get right back in. Warchi waiting on the left-hand side, looking for Spudio, but Spudio makes it back out, too. So the Papis did try and...
Their jungler in exchange for that in that Phoenix.
Especially if the Papis might get caught overcommitting here trying to grab that objective. I understand these Furies can be impactful, Oni and Primal, in the late game, but you can't afford to lose your support for them, especially with another minute still ticking on this Fire Giant.
Meanwhile, beads down for Chekio and Warchi, no ultimate for Marcus Chekio. This is a good re-siege by Snake Pit. Good decision making here.
They even still have Cursed Donk in the back pocket as well if they want to try and drop that one. He does head right to the back line, tries to get that Undying Love off, and already Marcus is low. The right side Phoenix sputters out, and Warchi has fallen now too. Snake Pit might have finally gotten the fight that they were into the game yet. They've got 4 members still up. They're still healthy enough to come back out and try and defend, but the mid Phoenix under siege as well. And without their Uller here to help, Snake Pit apparently seem emboldened. They get good damage on the Chekio, but not quite enough to get the actual Phoenix.
Man, Chekio just eating every single combo by Angry. Aegis isn't there in time for Chekio. He falls to Worst Turtle, and Snake Pit look like they might be able to take it pretty soon.
This could certainly be it. Snake Pit now ready with 5 members that make their full-on push, only up against 3 for the next 20 seconds. Good damage on Despudio. Even tries to punish Worst Turtle in the backline, but look at the Titan. That's the HP bar that matters the most at Snake Pit in 33 minutes, 28 seconds, with a couple of close calls. We're able to come in and clean that game up.
The Baka can work, but this is the exact opposite of the last composition from Papis. This is a comp that needs to win early and cannot afford to wait that long like they did last time around.
And even if they do, maybe if they come into the late game a bit, even, they've got this Jingwei building plenty of crit. They got this Kepri as well to try and keep them sustained this fight. We didn't end up seeing any executes or anything like that. Thought maybe there's a chance we might see an Achilles, something like that, come over.
Those to change terrain and put yourself in a good spot, but the flexibility of the kit is huge as Draco's in a lot of trouble.
Uses the abduct to get away, but the wall stun is there. Dazer plays yet another fight near flawlessly, and that sets up for a kill on the left-hand side of Warchi. Might have to back as well. He already doesn't have beads, and Worst Turtle gonna come in to try and complete this gank out. Warchi gets caught out. That's easy for the Thor to clean up, but they have to drop the tower aggro a bit early. Not quite that close, though. Worst Turtle makes it out of there and play around Worst Turtle and his aggressiveness. This time, though, I think Dazer has largely been the catalyst as he gets caught by the abduct, but Worst Turtle will be here to back him up. A dunk on a Draco Marino. He does get the self-res off, but Angry got some good practice with that last game with the Fafnir, does virtually the same thing, catching him the second.
The Papis are late to defending. Marcus isn't there. You really shouldn't be getting buffs invaded very often when you've got a Bakasura on your team.
Warchi, under pressure yet again, is patient with the airstrike, so Spudio just gets up onto the horse for another easy solo kill on the left-hand side, Ryan. And you're right, man, it's starting to look pretty bad for the Papis in this early game. It's a near 3K deficit, a little bit less.
Now, if he's going to end up going for that Mirrodin, that means he can't go Chronos Pendant with that Restored Artifact, but he didn't anyways. Last game he went Charon's Coin. I think that I would like to get Deso in this spot, but I wouldn't be surprised if I saw Divine.
This is a risky gank. Creed still has that ultimate available. The hammer, though, on the mark for Worst Turtle to TP back in and get the kill either way. That does leave Dazer a bit isolated in mid, but he escapes. The Spudio now back underneath the tier 1 and should be relatively safe as the abduct lands onto Angry. Papis trying to capitalize on Worst Turtle being over and right, but they haven't found anything. In fact, Chekio gets his feeds forced out. Dazer wants to get aggressive. They force the defensive ultimate, and now Worst Turtle has rotated back in, but Marcus is here. There's a lot of boys in blue to try and shut him down. They finally get their first kill.
Spudio is going to get one easily. Chekio was 1 HP, but Angry does fall to Warchi. Spudio is going to find himself a second, though. That Kepri left without anywhere to go. So 2 for 2, but 2 shutdown kills for the Papis. I think I'm pretty happy with how that went if you're the Papis. A little bit of an overextension there by Worst Turtle.
A huge problem for Snake Pit. I mean, they're still in control. They're still the ones pushing the pace, and Spudio still has this tremendous lead on the left-hand side of the map. Warchi truly cannot fight into this Hachiman any longer now. The Ninja Tab and the Bloodforge both ready to go. He's 5-0-1. Papis, I don't know if they recognize. Hammer comes in. Papis do secure the objective, but Worst Turtle takes to the sky. Draco Mariano is quite low and has already used the ultimate, so this should could be a big dunk as he comes crashing in to spread the lightning around and have a little bit of fun. Chekio ends up falling as Worst Turtle gets the double. Marcus low too as Dazer cleans up that third kill. They got one return onto Spudio, and that's a big kill, but everybody else is in trouble. Creed stuck without that ultimate to reposition, but Terram still has his, brings us Bologna right back down to earth for a delayed triple for Worst Turtle as Snake Pit run over the Papis.
Yeah, you don't want to be grouping up on the one guy that is forced to stand still in that moment. You're basically and try and, make plays that way. Doesn't need to build it.
Worst Turtle had to ult out. He'd already used the hammer. Does come back down, and they force Draco Mariano to use his ultimate on himself. I don't think we've seen him use it on any other targets than himself all game long. Dazer tries to keep up the chase, but Marcus goes right to the backline. He knows where Spudio is, but he just does not have the damage. Spudio makes it back out. Draco falls to Terram, who completes the tier 1 tower dive, and another good wall from Worst Turtle cuts off Marcus, and now Terram is here to complete the flank, stuns Awarchi, and forces the airstrike out from him defensively. Snake Pit at this point just taking whatever fight they want.
Man, that is executioner for him. I mean, it's not exactly what you need a lot of times because you have true damage already. Just not his best day. The same can be said for Warchi, who just gets absolutely obliterated by Angry.
Yeah, I don't want it to be lost in this game what a monster performance Dazer's having as well. This has been a really nice example to look back on if you want to see how Terra's supposed to be played. Marcus is very fast. He might be able to run a... Nope. Angry catches him quite nicely with the strife. So no, he won't be able to run away. They get 2 kills in that engagement, starting off with Dazer and a really nice strife from Angry as well to get that fight. But it ends up starting to work now as they get a good amount of damage onto Warchi left. And Worst Turtle does want to get aggressive. He knows that Warchi is a bit isolated, doesn't find the ultimate, doesn't find the spin either. And I couldn't tell if he even got the wall. So not the best engagement for Worst Turtle, but they'll get Draco Marino in the back easily enough. And yeah, Worst Turtle gets back in there and that's his kill.
Yeah, that's his. He earned that one.
Yeah.
He zoned away Warchi. That's a big play.
Really zoned, yeah.
He earned it. You know, it's about keeping everyone else at bay and then making.
As the Fire Giant appears to be on the menu, and they've got a substantial lead at this point, so they don't even have to heavy commit to it. This could be just try and force Papis to defend, but it looks like only Creed is going to be nearby to look for a light steal. Everyone else is zoned out. They've got Warchi looking for the tier 2 tower on the left. In comes Creed with that Eagles rally to try and strip it away, but they halt DPS, blow him up, and secure the Fire Giant very cleanly. Though this is about as good a trade, I think, as the Papis could have asked. Side Phoenix and the tier 2 tower in mid, right? They are going to lose the tier 2 tower because Marcus has correctly identified he's more useful split pushing than in the fights, but Draco Mariano gets blown up, so the apple passes right on through, gets to Chekio and forces out his Aegis. Creed goes with the contractually obligated up-down, ends up paying for it as Spudio is now racking up a triple kill, and Marcus has to disengage. This game is over in an instant as Snake Pit are all the way onto the Titan room. They still have Warchi and Marcus up, but the Titan's starting to buckle now, aggro. I don't know if they can defend. They're going to turn around, try and blow up the Bakasura, who does leap away, but the Titan is incredibly low. Snake Pit bowl over the Papis for a swift 2-0.